Ready to get the subscription plan set up for our project? In this section, we build the plans using Stripe. Then we integrate them into our user checkout interface and web server. So let's go see what that is all about. We're going to offer a Basic, Plus, and Pro plan for subscribing to our service. We'll let Stripe handle all the subscription processing for them. This will free us up from any complicated back-end programming. For example, Stripe will handle all the billing for those paid plans. In our case, those subscribers pay us monthly, and Stripe will handle that automatically for us. We also use Stripe for tracking our free plan members. A nice benefit is that we can add subscribers to the free plan without requiring a credit card. Our plan features should be stable over a long period of time, so we will create each plan using the Stripe dashboard. But we also will create the same plans using the Stripe API. This is so we can quickly rebuild them during testing. For example, during testing, we use the nuclear option that deletes all our test data from Stripe. And yes, it is a good idea to warn any team members ahead of time before doing that. We will create a source on our web server for the subscription plan information. We will design it to map the subscription plan offerings to our content offerings. We'll write functions that can retrieve the plan data. They will be limited to the server-side consumption. But we will write a script to handle network requests for the plan data. This will be our first back-end service. And we also will use the plan data source in the user interface. For example, dynamically generated button elements that our new subscribers will use. To complete this, we will build a client-side script to provide the plan data. It will work independent of the user interface. We also create our own client-side network request script. It will work independent of the data needed on the client side. It handles all network service requests using HTTP post. Then it receives JSON responses and routes the data back to the requesting script. We can rearrange this a bit to see the general architecture used for all our coding in the course. So let's take a round-trip tour of that to finish up. The user interface is our view. It uses the client-side plan data provider that we code in this section. The client-side plan data provider manages the plan data. How it gets data is transparent to the user interface. In our case, it gets its data from our web server. To do that, we create a generic client-side network handler. It manages all server requests and responses. We will use HTTP post to send data and JSON for the response data. And then a server network script handles the request and responds with the plan data in the JSON format. It uses the plan data source script that we write for the server. Where this script gets the data is transparent to the network. It could be a static file or a database. Well, it looks like we have a lot to do. We will take each part separately and cover all the code. See you at the first session.